Hello everyone. Welcome to this sample class of Strength and Balance Fusion, created with the older adult in mind like me. Hello, my name is Cindy and I am the sole proprietor of my personal training and yoga business, an award-winning business called Movement for All. I work primarily with people, like I said, who are like me, who are older, who might have chronic pain and or arthritis, and who want to keep fit and active in a safe way. So this class entitled Strength and Balance Fusion, I designed this a couple years ago, and I really enjoy teaching this format. Strength and balance, as you know, as we get older, is critical. So I involve also and invite in yoga, some yoga movements, as you'll see, some Pilates, some strength, of course, some balance. Now, in terms of equipment, if you don't have weights, that's fine. You can always use a water bottle filled with water or sand or whatever you would like to add a little bit of resistance to some of the things that we do. I will be offering you options in a chair, so these all can be done in a chair or seated on, or use of a mat, I should say, okay? So I will be offering this class again in January on Zoom from my website, and you can certainly reach out for more information if you would like about that. But today I want to give you a sample, kind of show you what I do in this class. It's a 30-minute class. I won't be doing the whole 30 minutes today, but just to kind of give you a feel for what I do, and hopefully you might like to try it sometime. So we're going to start standing and or in the chair with half sun salutation A. So we get right into it. I usually start this class with a sun salutation or a couple sun salutations to warm up the body, okay? I use a chair, but again, you can not do that if that's better for you. So we're going to find our mountain pose to start. Standing tall, finding a length in spine. Take a moment to set your posture, ears over shoulders, over hips, over the knees, and then the ankles. And again, feel your feet as they connect to the earth. Now, either from seated, as I said, or standing, hands home to heart. On the inhale, sun breath, reach the arms down, the fingertips down toward the earth, drawing a beautiful circle. And again, you might want to bend the elbows. You might want the arms more in front of the body. That's fine. You might look up with your gaze or tilt your chin. And then when you're ready to exhale, float the arms down. We're going to do a few more of these sun breaths here. So inhale, reach up, rise up. Good. And exhale. And again, you may be breathing differently than I'm cueing, and that's perfectly fine. I really would love you to step into this class, step into your yoga practice, whatever you're doing each time you move, with the idea of creating your perfect practice, right? Your perfect movement. Because you know how you feel, right? Now, just relax the arms down, roll the shoulders maybe forward or back or any combination, right? So as we're moving one way, we definitely want to try to move a different way as well. Pain-free range of motion. Good. So now we're going to move into half sun salutation A. Hands home to heart once again. Inhale on your sun breath, rise up, maybe look up. And then as we exhale, bend the elbows, bow forward from the waist here, engaging the core. Now if that doesn't feel good on your back, you can absolutely put your hands on your legs sooner than I'm cueing, okay? So now we're going to place the hands on the legs and fold. Now you can fold a little or a lot, right? You can bend. And this can be done, as I said, from the chair as well. Now keeping your hands connected to something, we're going to half lift. Bring the head above the heart, lift the tailbone and the gaze. Folding once again on the exhale. looking forward, pressing through the feet, rising up, power up through those legs, come all the way up against sun breath here. And now we're going to find a back bend. So you can have the arms overhead, behind your head, maybe into your low back, or clasped behind you. And we're going to gently arch back. Now remember, you start your back bend from the hips, right from the core. You don't start from the head. And gently arch back here. Good. And then coming all the way back up, bringing the hands home to heart. Nice. Now we're going to come into a full sun salutation A next. So on the inhale, rise up, look up, just like we started that half sun. Exhale, bend those elbows, bow forward. Staying here for a moment or placing the hands on the legs anytime you'd like. Hands to the legs here and fold. Good. Half lift on the inhale. Good. Folding on the exhale. Nice. Now, looking forward, options are hands on the chair or hands on your mat. Step back to plank. Now, if you are in the chair, you can bring the legs forward, place the hands on the chair, and lift here. Okay? Now from here, we're going to move into up dog. So you're going to press this. If you're on the mat, kneeling, you can have the knees down. Press those hips forward, draw the shoulders down, look up. Again, if you are in the chair, legs stay the same, arms come back behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades together, up dog. Yes. Now moving to down dog next, you're going to float those hips back. Let the head relax. In the chair, same here. Taking hands to legs, bowing from the waist or reaching arms out in front. Again, however is best for you here. Now, looking forward, we're going to walk the feet toward the hands and come into fold. If you're in your chair, you're going to walk your feet back underneath you. Half lift on the inhale. Good. Fold on that exhale. Looking forward, press through the feet, rise up again through your mountain, find your sun breath, and find your back bend again any way you'd like to practice. Good. And then coming all the way back up, bringing hands home to heart, pause. So in Strength and Balance Fusion, I typically start the class that way with a sun salutation, a half sun, and then we're going to move into lower body. Now, squats. Squats are very functional. These are our muscles of independence. As we get older, we really need these muscles to be as strong as we can. So, if you're in the chair and you want to use your chair, we're going to do what we call sit to stands. Hands can be on the legs or across your heart. And we're going to come up and down a few times if you can. Now, if you're standing, you're going to be looking forward, bending from the hips first, then bending the knees, right? You can have your hands on the legs, you can have the arms out in front, press through the heels on the way up. Okay, so you're either in the chair, sitting to stand, and the same thing goes here with the chair. As you're coming up, press through those heels, squeeze these glute muscles here, and then come back and tap, and then come up. Good. Do as many as you can here, 10 or 12, maybe up to 15 repetitions. It's up to you. Again, if you're working with any knee sensitivities, just don't go down as far. You can also omit the movement and come into what we call a wall squat, right? You can hang right here without having to move up and down. So multiple ways to do that, okay? Nice. So we do maybe about 15 repetitions there, squats, however you choose to do. Now we're going to move into an upper body combination exercise. If you have weights, you can use them. If you don't, as I said earlier, you can use a water bottle filled with water or sand or whatever you choose to work with here. I'm going to stay with my weight. We're going to do this on both sides. So, from seated, again, this can be done seated or standing. We're going to come into that bow forward here. Notice how I'm not rounding my spine. I'm looking forward. My left hand is going to stay on my left thigh. My right arm is going to reach. Now this is a combination, so try not to round your spine here. So we're going to pull, this is a row, tricep extension, back in and down. So you're drawing that elbow up close to the body, extending from the elbow, squeeze the back of that arm, come in and then down. Breathing, breathing, breathing. So during the class, I limit the number of 8 to 8 people so I can see everybody. And what I'll do is I'll start demonstrating a movement, and then I'll stop and I'll watch people's form, give any suggestions, whatever, and that's how I'll do it. So right now I'm doing it all with you, okay? So let's pretend we did 8 to 12 repetitions on one side. Take a moment, notice the difference between one side and the other, and let's go to second side so we're not lopsided here. So again, seated in the chair is a great way to do this here. Okay, same thing. So it's up, extend. You just have to watch that arm as you're coming, as you're going back. Okay, so again, standing here, reaching would be pull up, extending, in and down. There you go. Couple more. Breathing, breathing. Try not to hold the breath. So here what you're doing is strengthening your upper back muscles here, among other things, your shoulder, and then the tricep. This muscle, the push away muscle. Good, good. Nice. So again, we would do a set of those. And sometimes I do multiple sets, sometimes I don't. Really depending on the plan for that day. Okay, so now we're going to be coming into some standing balance options. These are movements taken from Pilates, okay? So you have a couple different choices here. You can stand freely without any support of a wall or a chair, or you can have a chair handy. And, leaning in toward the chair, we're going to work with the outer leg here, okay? If you're in your chair and you do not want to stand, you could certainly take the leg out. It's a little bit harder. Instead of being out from the side, you might be more in front, or you could lean, you could turn one way, leg out to the side, and lift and lower this way. Okay, so again, multiple ways to do this, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate this one from a standing position. This is a side leg lift. Why is this important? These muscles here are hugely important for walking, for balance. They really work to keep us stabilized. So they're really important to be able to strengthen. So I'm going to root into one side, have support if you would like it. I like to lean a bit in toward the leg that's weight bearing here, and then lifting and lowering. You can touch your foot down, or you can keep it up and hover it. Good. And breathe. Working right here, side of the hip. One-legged balance is really important again as we get older. We want to keep these muscles strong. And if you're working with any arthritis like I am, I know I have one side that's stronger than the other. So working unilaterally, one leg at a time, is really good to figure out where your strength is, right? Good. And again, let's fast forward it to like 12 repetitions, 12 to 15. Take a moment here, and then we're going to go to the other side, okay? So we're rooting into the other leg, whatever leg you didn't do, leaning in a bit if you'd like, and then out here. And I would really encourage you to notice what side feels more strong possibly. What side may be more flexible? Again, not judgmentally, but just good information to know. I know for me there's a significant difference because of my arthritis between one side and the other. Breathe, don't forget. and smile. This stuff is good for us. Yeah. Whoa, there goes my balance. This is my challenge side. You might be able to tell that from, I'm wobbling a bit here. Good. And again, fast forward to 15 repetitions. Relax it, shake it out. I love things like circling, spinal stirs or hula hoops. In the chair, you could sit and, circle around. It can be good just to relax. And I also do stretching as part of this. Again, not today. I'm just trying to give you a quick overview here. Okay, so now we're going to just do a little bit of core to finish up. A couple different ways to do this. Okay, these are toe taps, again, from the Pilates series. So in the chair, you'd come forward here, leaning back, and you'd bring up one leg, tap, you'd lift it down and lift it up, maybe 8 to 10 on one side, right? And then 8 to 10 on the other. Now, can you do this if you're someone who likes to be on the mat? You could absolutely come down onto your mat here. Take time to get yourself settled. Imprint your low back, making sure that low back is not a big space here. You want to pull the belly button to the spine. You can do the exact same thing, one leg at a time. You can repeat that leg, or you could alternate, right? Another way to do this would be starting with both the legs up, tapping one, tap here. So I've got my arms anywhere I want. I'm looking straight up, or straight ahead, I should say. Breathing here. So this is core work right here, okay? Maybe one more here. Beautiful. And then just take a moment, whether you're on your mat or you're sitting in your chair, just taking a moment to coming into a little bit of mindful breathing, maybe closing the eyes. Just kind of quieting the mind before we finish. Again, this was about a 18-minute, not quite because I gave you some introduction workout, 15 minutes maybe at the most. But the class itself is 30 minutes. I start on time, I end on time. And again, the information is on the website. The class will start in January. It's a Thursday morning, I believe, Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. to 8:30. So if you have any questions or feedback or whatever for me, please feel free to make a comment on my YouTube comments or reach out to me directly through my website. So thank you for your participation. I hope you find the information that I gave you helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Bye-bye.